Good afternoon, this is Brian Schuman coming to you again from Transwest Truck, Trailer, and RV in Belton, Missouri. Today I've got a special coach to show you. I've got a 2026 Newmar Mountain Aire 4118. And the reason this is kind of special is, first of all, it's got the Onyx package on it, and I want to show you what I mean by that. If you look at the Onyx package, it's about a $14,000 upgrade. You can see the blacked out labeling and Newmar labels that are all blacked out. You can see how the mirrors are all blacked out, and the emblem up the top is blacked out. And as you look at the coach, you'll see the blacked out wheels and blacked out paint job underneath. So it's just a really stunning package that I strongly recommend for people that are looking at a coach that's going to be unique. Now the paint scheme on this one is also special colors, which we painted and we selected the colors. So not only do you have a one-of-a-kind coach in terms of paint, but you've got the Onyx package on top of that to make it a really tough-looking coach. The other thing that's interesting about this 4118 is that while Newmar makes the Mountain Aire in 38 versions, 41 and 45, the 4118 is on the Spartan chassis. You got a 525 horsepower engine. So if you don't want a big 45-foot coach, but you don't want 38 feet, you want something in between, this is your coach. And because it's tag axle and steerable tag, passive steer axle, tag axle, again, it's going to drive unbelievably well, track really well in the high winds out here in Nebraska and Colorado and Wyoming and Kansas, and also cut that steering radius down to about 60 degrees. So you're going to be able to turn this coach around in a small radius, which is again a big plus if you're at an RV park. So as we go around here, you can see this coach also has your lithium system, 640 watts of lithium batteries with two 3,000 watt sine inverters. So plenty of power to run your air conditioner going down the road without having to run your generator. You've got a slide tray here that goes all the way through in your 4118. That's a power slide tray. You've got your Oasis hydronic heating system, so now you've got on-demand water. And with that Oasis system, you also have dual Chinook loops inside for your heating, as well as heated floors. You have an outstanding water bay. Again, stainless steel. You can see you have a place for an outside shower. Everything's labeled well. Got a place for paper towels. And it has a macerator Sanacon system, so you can see how that works down there. And as well as a power freshwater hose for you also. You got dual fuel from both sides. You also have additional awnings in this coach that'll cover your bathroom and your bedroom and your living room, as well as a 360 camera. You can see that up on the side. As always, in your diesel pushers with Newmar, you can fuel from both sides, as well as your DEF can be from both sides. So you've got a place here for your DEF fluid here and one on the other side. In your 525, you also get a side radiator. Why is that important? Well, again, it's going to stay cleaner longer. It's going to breathe well. And when you're going down a dirt road, instead of that dirt coming around here and sucking in this way here, it's going to stay on the outside. Your radiator will be past the dirt, and therefore it'll stay clean longer. This is built on the Spartan K3 chassis, like I told you, with a 525 horse, more of your backup cameras. And the Spartan chassis allows you to get access to some of your filters on the side. And here we have the chassis batteries with your disconnects. But that's kind of a nice feature instead of going through the radiator or through the rear of the coach. Like I told you, here's your other side for your DEF fluid. This is your outside egress door. Notice it's flush, just like the flush slides are on all Newmars. Has that same fit and finish. And we'll open that up and show you how that works inside. What they've done this year is just super nice organization in terms of electronics. Makes it really easy and simple to help with your slides if there's any issues going on. It's all protected. You can see where your fuses are. You can remove this, and both for service for our technicians as well as Newmar, but also for your own DIY efforts. If you use Noogle and you can do a lot of this work yourself, this will help you get into the electronics and help you troubleshoot any issues you may be having with your Newmar coach. Central vac system, extra tiles of course are standard, and your central vac tools, as well as another storage area. And here's the other side of your slide. Outside LED TV with a sound bar, nice and big. This provides some shade, which will cover it also. But remember, your awnings up top are huge. They cover the entire length of the coach, and you can see where the brake is. So you have that whole section and this whole section armless. They have a big LED light that'll come out all the way strip along there, so this will light up really well for you. As you continue the tour, you can see how they put the Domestic freezer out here, and what they've done is make use of space that otherwise would be dead space. So while this pulls out, it makes it very accessible. While you're having your slide out here, it's not going to be in the way, but this gives you that extra space that otherwise would be dead. So if you're the kind of person that likes to put things in totes, you know, figure out a couple things that you could use on a more of a daily basis, put them in totes and put them on this side of the coach, because this is where most of your living is going to be, out here where your main door is, and your camping ground is going to be here. But that's nice that they do that. I think it makes it really, really applicable and easy access. Just like the DEF, you've got fuel on both sides. The other one's over there on the other side, opposite of this. So that's the outside of the house. The exterior is what I was trying to say. But let's take you inside here in this 4118. And as we go in, I just want to point out a couple things that I really like about what they did. You've got two nice storage areas on your steps. One's a little bit more shallow than this one, which is even deeper. And whether you have like flip-flops or Crocs or sandals or things like this, you can put them in there. Or if you have a dog, great place for like a dog food, dog bone toys, or a water bowl. Just a nice place to kind of put things in before you get into your coach. Okay, so I'm going to get into the coach, and as you walk in, I let the slides in because I want you to see how much space in the 4118 with it closed up. And I say that because sometimes people have big dogs, or they may have need assistance with walking and things like this. But it's tight, but it's not impassable, and you can walk with your feet side by side. In other words, you can walk actually as a normal walk, and I can show you what I mean. So if I'm walking down here, I can actually walk with my feet both ways versus having to skim through. And once when I get here, it's really wide and generous. So this is what the 4118 looks like closed up. You do have an oversized passenger seat, which is super nice for your passenger, and you can curl up in this and have a lap dog in here, whatever you need. But in this particular coach, this has the Camden decor inside with your sable, maple, hardwood, suede, two-toned cabinetry. If you notice this again, you've got your sable maple and you've got this kind of off-white color, which accents beautifully with this gray interior. So it's a nice contrast. Look at the size of these windows. The view you have is unobstructed, no screens to look out. The cabinets are not in the way. So on this bright day like this, we've got 4 huge windows, including the kitchen window, that enable you to see a lot of where you are camping. As you come up to the front, you've got another big LED TV up here. And in your Spartan chassis, you've got your adaptive cruise, your lane assist, collision avoidance system, all that's up here through your mobilized system on your Spartan chassis. Really nice dash, big screens for your radio, your navigation, cameras, your one-touch leveling, your smart wheel where everything can be done through the wheel, so you don't have to take your eyes off the dash. Cordless phone charging over there, as well as over here on the passenger side. And of course, you have another monitor for your passenger that can help you with your navigation. Not so much where to tell people where to go, but again, if you're in a strange area and you're driving, you can focus on driving, and he or she can focus on actually the navigation part to give you enough warning ahead of time, so you're not, going to be an obstacle or an impairment to any other drivers or yourself. So let's open this up and show you what the rest of this 4118 looks like. Okay, so now we're inside the 26 Newmar Mountain Aire 4118, and I wanted you to see how opened up it is. Again, I'm 6 feet, so if you kind of measure, if you didn't know this, by the way, from fingertip to fingertip this way, that's your body height. See, now you know something else other than coaches. You're welcome. So again, I've got almost 6 feet of clearance in this 4118, so lots of space for dogs to roam around, people to roam around, makes it very, very comfortable. While I'm down here, on this side you've got a trifold bed that'll come out. I'm not going to pull it out, but I just want you to see that you do have an extra sleeping for four people. You've got your master bed and your trifold. You got your LED big screen TV on this side that'll come up on a televator. And here you've got two very generous sized theater seats that also have storage and more storage inside here for your magazine reading, chips, whatever you need. But again, a very, very ample size, theater seat, which gives you lots of room for either throwing your leg up or throwing a dog up here, you name it. We put the day shades down so you can kind of see with these big windows what it looks like, but even the day shades, again, blocks it off nicely, so you still have a lot of light, and it's not necessarily black in here. And again, your cabinets run all up and across, all the way throughout. They're carpeted, and what's nice is there's not a divider, so if you have elongated items, you do have space for those to be in here all the way across. And again, the Newmar hinges keep that cabinet up all the time. Really nice wall sconces, lights, and again, a very generous sized booth, which if you have 4 people, you could probably put another person on here and still be able to eat respectively. But for your dining pleasure, this will come out into either 1 leaf or 2, and there's a bracket that'll come down here for support if you need it. So you do have that option in the 4118, and you do have storage down below under both of the booths for linens, eating materials, plates, you name it, whatever you use for your camping needs. And there are 2 cabinets down below there for storage. In your kitchen area, in your pantry, you've got a really nicely decorated whirlpool, microwave, convection oven, and air fryer, coupled with your two burner cooktop, true induction cooktop, which again, as you know with Newmar, this can be pulled out and unplugged and put outside in one of your storage bays on a little table to cook your fish or bacon or those kinds of things that you don't want to have smelling up your coach. Dishwasher, lots of drawers, lots of cabinets, again with your locking in, sliding trays so they don't blow out when you're driving. And you have dual sinks. In this case it's a farm sink, so you actually have enough room to wash a big pot. And your spigot to help you make sure you're clean. And more storage down below, knick-knack trays, you name it. I don't want to miss the ceiling too, so take a minute and look at the ceiling on the 4118. A really nice aesthetics. You can change and dim these lights. You can put on just the accent lights if you want to, but I really like what they've done with these. And keep in mind that Newmar has what's called Comfort Air, and Comfort Air is where you have the air conditioners running right down the middle of the coach, and you may think, well, Brian, of course they run down the middle of the coach. Well, what you don't see in the ceiling are those vents that litter, I call it litter the whole ceiling. So you get a nice residential look. And when the slides are in, I'm not blocking any of those vents, because right here is where all my vents are, and I can pull these down and I can turn them so I can adjust the airflow, clean the filters, and not impede the airflow of my air conditioners with my slides are in. So you get much more efficient use from your ACs in a Newmar coach than you would in the others. Coming back here, you can see the Victron system, which controls everything. This is new this year, makes it really simple to operate all your daily needs with the touch of a finger, and just kind of emphasizes how easy it is with this new system. Your mid-bath in a recessed sink and a nice pin door so you can open up the bathroom and still go to the refrigerator and get something out of the bathroom or fridge going down the road without having to stop and pull over and open up the slides. Very generous sized French door refrigerator and freezer, and again very generous pantry doors that again can be locked in, pulled out, and adjusted the height because of the holes that are on here, and it's backlit also, and a place for some of your cooking trays or elongated needs. Coming back into the master bedroom, king size bed. Again, really nice, classy, clean, fresh wall, lights, sconces, windows, headboard. And this Camden interior, I think it just does a nice job of setting off with the sable maple dual cabinetry colors. Here you have storage underneath. Here's the extra chairs I mentioned about. Here's your extra leaves. And if you don't ever need those on a camping trip, take them out, leave them at home, and use this for storage. So you do have options there that you can work with. I told you about the heated floors. You have two wardrobes that are automatically backlit when you open them for your hanging needs. And you can see we have 6 very generous sized drawers down below for the rest of your linens and or clothing needs. This is a full wall slide, a bedroom slide, and a living room slide. So we have 3 slides in this coach. And coming back into the master bathroom, kind of exciting, a little bit different floor plan in the 4118. You got a very generous sized shower, 2 shower heads, that's all tile. Of course, it's the water miser system, so when that blue light comes on, you know the water is the temperature you want, otherwise it's recycling. Just flip the next switch up above it, and you can step in and you're not going to be frozen or scalded. And the nice teak bench is great for your shaving needs. But notice how you got a really nice set of shelves here that you can change the height of to meet your personal needs. And then you've got another size, general size wardrobe area that's backlit. And you have a safe inside there also for your precautionary needs that you want to. A lot of people have commented about vessel seats versus recessed sinks, and the recessed sink is coming back a little bit. I think people like that. It makes it easy to clean, as well as for liquids to be just, you know, swept right into there. And then again, you've got a very generous size vanity storage area with power for charging your razors and or possibly using as a blow dryer or whatever else you need. Nice towel rack. And then of course your splendid stacked washer and dryer on this side. And then over here you have even more storage, which again for a 41 footer, it just is neat how they've snuck in all this extra storage, again with movable adjustable shelves. I really like that concept. Above and below. Porcelain tile sink, of course, and macerator system. And here's the egress door, which I always like to mention about, because I have it open, and if I pull this tab, this bottom section will come out, and there's a telescopic ladder that'll come down. So instead of jumping out a window, you can actually step down a ladder so you're safe. But again, I tell people many times you can use this to load your coach instead of walking all the way down to the front, coming all the way back, have someone hand things to you here, and at the end of a trip, put a hamper out there and take your dirty laundry and throw it out there, and it's out of your way. And again, this is something that is as simple as locking, and you're done. And you even have a window here to let some natural air out, as well as you have a cathedral ceiling and a fantastic fan. So in your luxury line, starting with the Mountain Air, you get these kind of amenities, and the 4118 is no exception to that. So give me a call. Let me know if I can help you with this coach or any other needs you have with your RV needs. If you're looking for a larger coach, we have them. Smaller coach, we have them. But this 2026 Newmar Mountain Air 4118 is available for you now. Think about all the unique items it has on it. I can send you the build sheet to list everything out there for you. But this is one that I don't want you to miss. So give me a call, Brian Schuman, Transwest Truck, Trailer, and RV. And as always, I appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in, and have safe travels.